Evening all, and welcome back to Kerbalism. We are here with our light tug, just entering the Minmus's sphere of influence in just a moment. And we want to catch up with our other craft and get them going. Hopefully. We need to dock one to the other. There we go, right. Now, I have been plagued a little bit between episodes with the game not being very happy. Like every time this is actually the second time I tried to record this, because the first time, every time I got close to Minmus, even this distance, if I move the camera, well, I can't really do it now, but if I move the camera in a way where I get kind of this Kerbin, it was just lagging like mad, like absolutely, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with it, and I was trying all different things, and I was trying to force it into DirectX 12 mode, and now I've turned that off. It seems to work better, even though I'm sure I turned that on because it was working better with it at one point. So I don't. Kerbal Space Program has been very strange to me. Basically, every time something goes wrong, I have to change something back to what it was previously, and then it works. And then later on it will break, and then I'll revert that back to something else, and that'll work. And I don't understand it. But okay, so we need to get to the Minmus base, and we need to dock it with the fuel base. So let's try and get to that one. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We're not going to get any encounter whatsoever, really, because we are way off from it. But that's fine, because we can add an orbit onto this, or 2 or 3, even 4, I suppose. If we add 4 orbits onto this, then after 4 orbits we'll do a bit of a burn, and then the 5th orbit we will end up basically encountering what we want, which is awesome. Do 1. There we go. There we go. Awesome. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so yeah, basically I've got to kind of eyeball this a little bit. In 5 minutes. Where are we? Oh, we're up here. Ah, I thought that was us. No, we're up here. Okay, the Minmus space is actually the thing we want, isn't it? Not this. This is the fuel base. We want the Minmus base, don't we? I'm heading towards the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm heading towards the wrong thing. I want to set you as a target. Yeah. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? I'm heading towards the entire wrong vehicle. Although that was actually helping us get there, but then I was worried that our periapsis is a bit low. I'm gonna have to cut the engine again, aren't I? Yep. I can't do this. I can't, because I don't think that has any. Do you know what? Let's just stop here to that target. Let's go and check it out and find out how many ignitions that engine's got. I could send a Kerbal up here and have him check the engines, and that will renew them. I kind of didn't want to send any Kerbals yet. But I'm going to have to turn this engine off now, because this is not going to work. But hey ho, we'll continue to slow down, let that come closer to us. We can always turn the engine up and down as required. Need to make the best out of a bad situation. I don't think I actually upgraded that engine to be high quality, so that's probably why this isn't working. But we can definitely bring these close together, and I can undock this, dock it to that, push that up to this and plug it into it. If this engine's got any ignitions left. I think it does. Not entirely sure. Went downwards a little bit here so we can go down and try and meet that. It's going to be below us by the looks of it. Maybe even towards Minmus a little bit. Now we do need to really stop, because we are pretty close to where we want to be. 100 meters or so. Turn up the thrust. Bring us to a relative stop, and then we'll see if we can actually maneuver this and get this going, because this is full of fuel, this is full of fuel. Stop. Okay, there we go. Not sure what's happening with that. That's now doing a weird rotatey thing. Its arms have all gone wacko. Let's switch over to this and hope it doesn't explode. Let's quick save and then switch over to it. And yeah, its arms have all gone completely bananas. For some reason they weren't locked anymore. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ah, I think it's because it's being controlled. Yeah, it's being controlled from one of the docking ports. So of course it's trying to straighten up based on where it is. So yeah, right. That's got no ignitions left on it either. Okay. Okay. But we have got loads of fuel in it, so maybe I should dump the fuel into this and then just... Things are not going well because I'm not planning things properly. That's the problem. That's the problem here. Okay, so we've got here, things did not go according to plan. Where is our... Oh, there it is. But something just dawned on me that I can't believe I completely forgot about. We have these engines here. These have 42 ignitions on them, and we could turn them all on, turn this one off. This can be shut down. We can enable those 4. We can enable fuel transfer here, which I think is enabled anyway. And then we can use these engines to manoeuvring. Now I did put a dish on top rather than a docking port. In hindsight, I should have probably put a docking port on top as well. Then this was supposed to be a tug for the planet, and it was never supposed to do this. So let's face ourselves down. We are really heavy, which is a problem here. And this is the wrong thing we've come to anyway, but I kind of want to just dock these two together to get it done. Then maybe I can just use these engines to fire off. They've got 23 minutes on them and 42 ignitions, so we're okay for the moment. Let's go down here. Everything as well. I've got RCS on this as well, so we can do that. It's just the RCS is limited and should only really be used for small amounts. So I'm thinking, if we just quite literally point this way, if I'd put a claw or something on top, that would have been even smarter, but I did not. Then we'll fire these engines ever so gently. Push ourselves towards the target. And what I want to do is I just want to get this very, very, very close to it. As in, like, almost crashing into it. And then I can detach from this, attach the other side of this, and then use the RCS to dock the two together. That's the idea. And then probably just leave them docked because there's too much fuel to transfer into that, and vice versa. I don't know. But then we need to figure out. And my whole idea of having ships go from Minmus back to Kerbin to refuel things in Kerbin, and then that's going to be hindered by engines as well, because although we can do routine maintenance every time, that wouldn't be terrible. When the engines get low on ignitions, you can send a Kerbal out to refit them, so it would just have to remember to do that, otherwise we'd have a failure. Which is, I suppose, realistic. That's kind of how it should be. I do think Kerbalism could be a little bit more forgiving when it comes to engines, if I'm honest with you. You know, some of the craft get 2 ignitions is like, you know, come on. Might be a little bit nicer than that. But then I know that's realistic. Honest with you, I would happily do away with the ignitions and just have the running time, so the engines can only burn for a certain amount of time and then they give up. That, I think, would be fairer. For a gameplay wise, I know Kerbalism is supposed to be realistic, but from a gameplay perspective, I think the burn time would be a much fairer thing. So, you know, that had a 20 odd minute burn time. These have got 22 minutes on them. Right, let's I don't really want to time warp. They'll crash into each other. Let's do physical time warp. Oh god. I really, really, really hope that we keep a signal. Because if we lose a signal, then these are going to fly apart from each other and it's going to be all sorts of problems. Okay, and stop. Right. Okie dokie. So now, you will be in control from the wrong place. Can I control from here? I mean, I can't. Oh, it's in here, isn't it? Is that where we put the probe? Yes, there's the probe. Awesome. So, control from here. Thank you. Would you be so kind as to point upwards and hopefully not crash into that other ship? Spin. There we go. Thank you. Awesome. Ooh, maybe we can actually get this to dock as is, actually. Right, let's decouple these. This doesn't have any control. That lower point has no control at all, so once we decouple it, it's going to have no way of staying stable. Make sure it is completely stable first before we do anything with it. Okay, I think that is good. You are still going down. I want you to go. I'm going to go anywhere. I kind of want you to be going up a little tiny bit. There we go. Right. Did you No, you weren't using that fuel in there. Okay, that's that. Whatever. Decouple. I want you to go up and just out the way. Nice and gently. Don't think we have any lights on this. No, we don't. Okay. And let's use RCS to slow us down and stop us there. There we go. Right. Go to this one. Now, I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to do here, but I'm really hoping that I can convince this to get somewhere near that without knocking it over or doing anything weird to it. I just don't want to bash into it. That's the certain thing I do not want to do at all. No. Oh, no, we're not. No, we can't. Right, okie dokie. And what we'll do is we will control from here. We will target that. We will turn the RCS on and have a double check. That way. I need to actually line up to it, so I don't know. Go into chase cam if you would be so kind. And go bomb. It's not chase cam, it's locked camera, isn't it? That's the one. And then we can put ourselves there, and then we know which way is up and down and round and round. Okay. We have no signal. We have no signal. At the absolute dead important time I need it, I have no signal. Oh, really? That means these are all going to float away from each other. Oh. Aha! We have signal. Signal has returned. We are 105 meters away. Okay. Okay. That could be worse. That could be worse. Let's get down there, shall we? So, no, I need H. Like that. There we go. Change back over to the lock camera if you don't mind. Locked. Boom, and then do that. Then I know if I push I, we will go down. K will go up. J will go that way, and that just, yeah. So, boom, because you can't rotate the camera around it. Or you can spin around the craft, but it's always locked into this is always the top piece, no matter where I go. So I know exactly what's going on there. Walk back over towards our target here. If I actually aim the camera at that as well, then that will help me. I can zoom in. Not that I can get a decent view if I do that, but hey ho. There are mods that give you alignment tools and things to allow you to see better But I found the lock camera just works for me. And then knowing that, you know, the pink marker and the green marker is where you're going, the pink marker is where your target is. So if you put the green marker the other side of the pink marker, it will push the pink marker onto where you're facing. So and providing it's not quite facing towards us, that's okay. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Press caps lock to change these into blue here, so you use tiny amounts of fuel to push, so you do tiny maneuvers. It looks like we are going to have to move around. So what I'll do is I'll just turn the RCS and get it lined up, roughly, and then turn them both off and let the magnets do their trick. Like so. There we go. So we have now docked to this craft. We are attached to it. Now I want to go over to here. So I want to control... Let's turn the SAS on. I want to control from here, which changes our camera because the orientation is weird. Yeah, like so. We want to target that. Okay. And what we're going to have to do is turn the RCS on, and we're going to have to... We're going to turn off caps lock because we're going to need a decent amount of maneuvering now. Pull us back. And it's going to be difficult because we're off centre of mass here. So we have a problem. So I think if I put everything into here to try and get it as close to where I'm controlling from as possible. But moving the fuel around, we move the centre of mass closer to here, and because it's close to where I'm controlling from, hopefully that will help. Not going to be fantastic. We are going to do weird rotatey things as we go. I need to keep an eye on my monopropellant as well, which is doing okay for the moment, but I didn't really plan this very well. Okay, so we want to go up. We want to go that way. And whenever we're not manoeuvring, I want to turn off the RCS so it uses the reaction wheels to stabilise us and doesn't waste RCS fuel trying to stabilise the craft. And this is interesting, that our fuel capacity is apparently going up and down depending on how we're wiggling. I don't know why that's the case, but it is. And it's strange, but oh well. Luckily that is pretty much, it's not entirely flat, so we'll have to probably angle up a little bit, which we can do using the reaction wheels. Just eyeball it, try and get that being the same level as that. So like that, look good. A little bit over, probably good. And then when we go over here, we can eyeball lining up as well. Right, so we need to slow down a little bit. So we need to go over that way a bit. Oh, and I think, yeah, hold it. Back off. We're going to crash into it. We really don't want to do that. We really do not want to crash into it. It will send it spinning. Stop. Oh god, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Damn it. Misjudged it. Now it's going to start spinning slowly, which is not what we wanted. That's going to cause problems. I need to aim the camera down here, don't I? Here we go. Okay, I can see the marker now coming up on our actual list. Is good. On our list, sorry, on our nav ball. That means it's in the right sort of direction. We do need to rotate ourselves around, like so, I think. Okay. Nope, too far. Right. And let that stabilise a bit. It's wibbling all over the place because we're on hinges, and hinges are not the strongest of things to hold your craft steady. So, right. So, boom. There we go. Now I've seen the green marker coming along, so hopefully we will now be travelling towards the target. I think we'll have to more. There we go. Okay, let's speed up with time warp a bit. This will wobble us even faster. That is actually rotating away from us. That is a problem. Now I could freeze that by using time warp, but that would be a bit cheaty. It is kind of the only way I can stop it spinning though, so I think I'm going to do that, which yeah, is cheating, but it's a single player game. All I'm doing is cheating myself. Okay. This camera view could quite easily give you motion sickness. Right, that looks good. So this pole is lined up that way with this, and that way with that. So it looks a bit weird. Over a bit. There we go, like that. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. Okay, who would have thought I'd spend 20 minutes trying to doctor this together, but that's the way it's going to be. Okay, right. So now we need to stop ourselves pretty much here, go back a bit, and go up. I think that was up. Hold on. No, K is up. My bad. We've used about half a model propellant, but then this was never designed for what I'm doing here. Stop. Wait. Forward. Turn off the RCS and leave the stabilizers on. Turn off stabilizers when we're close enough. Hopefully the magnets are strong enough to do what they're going to do. Hope. Connected. Success. We have a station. This is. Whoop. This is a station. This is the start of a station. It's a fuel station, so it's not very efficient, but we have connected two things together. It's the wrong things, because we actually need that one. But we have connected them together, which is awesome. Which is very, very, very good. Yeah.